Well, good afternoon, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Dave, how are you doing? Just wanted to go through and do my final 53-man roster predictions and stuff. Get this in here. Sad that we lost, but very excited for the Tampa Bay game. Well, Ramon, I've got some interesting take on that whole thing, because my whole thing is that game really doesn't mean shit. I know we got Cowboy fans out here that are literally losing their minds right now, but I'm gonna let this kind of get started a little bit before we get into the discussion. So let me do this real quick, because I think this is kind of amazing, because Philly 500 believes that the Cowboys are going to win the division.
Cowboys aren't the only Cowboys.
Do you think that New England was a good team last year?
Being honest, the Cowboys should win the division. They have the better quarterback and probably better offense than every other team. But you don't know about Washington. I don't like their quarterback play. But I don't think that any of them are that good. Dak with his shoulder.
Did he just say the Cowboys win the division?
I don't think they're going to Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to NFC Championship game. But I think they could get to the first round of playoffs. First three, yeah. Sean Fitzpatrick, absolutely. Yes.
Uh-oh, that might be the kiss of death.
June 2nd, man. That's cool. June 2nd, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that it's crazy, because you listen. I've been working in my workshop today, and I have the talking shows on there, Shannon and Skip and Colin Cowturd and stuff, and they're going through about how good Trevor Lawrence looked. Oh my God, Trevor Lawrence, he's incredible. He is, oh my God, Trevor Lawrence. He sliced and diced the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're going to be giving up so many points. They are pathetic. You're off to Tampa Bay, Dave? Oh, lucky you, man. That's going to be nice, man. I tell you what, I'm trying to remember when, I think it was 2008 when the Super Bowl was there, that we were there, me and my wife. And our anniversary is actually June 28th, and we were there the week before the Super Bowl, and we went south of Tampa. I can't remember the name of the area, but some of the most beautiful beaches. We stayed there for a few days for our anniversary and stuff, and the sunsets, it was just like over the Gulf. It was just literally amazing. And shout out and thoughts and prayers to everybody on the Gulf Coast right now that's dealing with the hurricane. I heard that there's people and rescue calls for people that are actually trapped in their attics and things. Hopefully the water will go down sooner than later, and they can get them and stuff out there. Can we trade Dak for Blake Bortles? Is that a real question? Seriously? Come on, man. Come on.
Are you stupid or something?
I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
It's funny. Okay, I tell you what. I know some of you are worried because Dak didn't play any in preseason. We need him in for a few series. Well, I understand your concern and stuff. But, Daniel Jones played a whole lot this preseason. Do you feel better now that he played this preseason than if he didn't? Because he still looked like ass. And it's funny because my boy Rashid, I almost had to have to, I hate to throw him under the bus here, but he ended up sending me a couple of texts. He said, this is funny, Danny is double nickel, keeps tabs on Dak. His shoulder is bad. And I said, Danny's ass. Dak, no preseason is garbage because no pitch count is garbage. So I said, so you think Danny Dimes is better? He's played more than Dak. He said, Teddy's my quarterback anyway. So he's already looking to replace Daniel Jones with Teddy Bridgewater. And I said, he's still nowhere near Dak. Okay. And I also said, Teddy Bridgewater already has a job. He said, he's like, what the fuck, Mark? He's not played, and he's got 10 days to get ready against Tampa Bay. At least Danny got time. Danny should be locked up for impersonating an NFL quarterback. I, of course, sent him, the laughing emoji, of course. He said, doo-doo time against Tampa Bay, 400 garbage yards he'll get. He said, Thursday night, make this happen. I will be there. Make everybody take off Friday. Laugh out loud. So he literally thinks that Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. I hate to tell you that this is going to be Daniel Jones' swan song. Daniel Jones is not good. I'm sorry. Daniel Jones is not good. So we've got that. So we've gone through, and I want to kind of point out something here. Well, let me ask you guys. Actually, I'll do it as a poll. Let me create a poll here while we let a few more people get in here. Is the Cowboys defense trash after Jacksonville? Okay, so that's going to be the poll. All right. From NFL Network, it's Mark Holmes coming from his basement. Why do we keep Ben DiNucci? He's not going to be here. He's not going to. Ben DiNucci will be cut, okay? I'm going to go through my picks here. But actually, you know what? I'll go through who I think is going to make the team, and I'll come back to the poll. We'll let this poll marinate a little bit here because, you know, I've heard, you know, you hear all these talking heads. Oh, man, that Cowboys defense, it is trash. But, guys, you got to understand that preseason has evolved. You know, when I was a little kid, there were 6 preseason games. And the reason why there were 6 preseason games are because the offseason was truly an offseason from football. And the guys had other jobs. Concrete Charlie did cement work, you know. You had Cliff Harris who sold oil. You know what I'm saying? So you had longer training camps and more hitting and everything else and trying to install the offense, the defense and stuff because they weren't in shape when they showed up to training camp. It's a different NFL now. You got to understand that. And so now, more than anything else, after last year not having any preseason games, you have to understand that what they're using preseason for most teams is an audition for the team. You understand what I'm saying? This isn't about we're going to put all of our starters because the starters played very, very little, period. Zeke didn't play any, and he never does except for his rookie year, I think it was. Your offensive line, do you really think that Tyron Smith needs to be out there? No. And so when you listen to Stephen Jones, they said they literally protected 40 players. Okay? Think about this now, okay? Now, some of you, I want you to do some math here. I know that, you know, today's kids and stuff, you don't have to do math, okay? But when Stephen Jones says we didn't play 40 players, right? They have 80 men on the roster. So half of the team, you're not getting out on the field. You're not dressing. So of those 40 players that were out there that were going to play, only 13 of them are going to make the team. So we're sitting here getting bent out of shape out of guys who aren't going to be Dallas Cowboy players. And of the ones that are, they're going to be so far away from being on the field, it's not even going to be funny. I'm just a Cowboy fan. I'm still going through. There's a method to my madness. I'm trying to let people understand because I've got people, Cowboy fan, that are going off the cliff that we're just ass on the defense. You really don't know. I don't know how you can think that because here's what we played. I want you to understand this, okay? What we played on defense on Saturday, Nashawn Wright played 67 plays, whole game. Israel played the whole game. Luke Gifford on defense played the whole game, every snap. Jabril Cox played 97%. D. Burton played 87%. Bradley Anai played 82%. Rondell Carter played 81%. Justin Hamilton played 78%. Quentin Bohannon played 72. Parker played 47. Kamara played 46. Hooker played 43%. Kalady, 19%. And Kevin Joseph played 13%. That was your whole defense. How many of those guys are going to be on the roster? How many of these guys are going to actually play significant time? Now, Kevin Joseph, I'll give you that one. He was penciled in earlier to be a starter. I don't think he's going to be a starter. Kalady will probably play significant time. I'll give you those two. Nashawn Wright may get a few snaps in there before the season's over with. Bradley and you heard that maybe there's trade offers for him. And Rondell Carter, I'm not sure those two actually make the team because they're kind of deep in defensive ends. Quentin Bohannon, yeah, he's going to be on the roster. What was Joseph's update? Cowboys need Randy Carter. You mean Rondell Carter. Rondell Carter. Cowboys should play much better this season, should win 9 or 10 games to get in the playoffs. Thrill Taylor, I agree with you on that. I think they actually win 11. So that was what I'm kind of pointing out here because I've got all these people that are coming at me. The Cowboys defense, oh my God, they're terrible. And I'm kind of like, who? Raymond Perez, shout out to you for becoming a channel member. I'm kind of like, y'all know that these guys aren't really sniffing the field, right? That this isn't the starting defense for the Cowboys. It's not. This is Consolation Bowl. This is we're trying to find out, if we want to keep you on the roster or not and try and develop you for the future. That's what that's about. And, people can get bent out of shape and everything else, but I'm telling you, that's not what we're going to have. So let's get on to the list of who we think makes the roster, okay? This is what I think, and it's subject to change, and of course, because the Cowboys may look at it a little differently. Maybe some surprises in there. Mark at Fireside Chat or something, you should do a Dallas schedule prediction for all 17. Yeah, that's a great idea, Lace. That's a great idea. I am that I am. Cowboys defenses were great. Yeah, the Cowboys defense. Okay. That's a funny one. I am that I am. Burton was sold and he needs to forget the practice squad. Well, again, see, and that's what I'm talking about here. Those guys, that list of guys that were playing, they ain't making the roster. Or if they do, they're not starters. All right, so let's start out with the quarterback position, okay? It's going to be a surprise, but Dak Prescott is not going to get cut. I think Dak Prescott makes the roster. What do y'all think? You think he makes it? You think Dak makes it? I think Dak does. And I think that Garrett Gilbert becomes the backup quarterback for the team. I just think that he, basically Cooper Rush had really one good game. I think Garrett Gilbert is the backup, but in essence, it really doesn't matter because they'll put Cooper Rush, I think, on the practice squad. And Big Ben DiNucci will need to start a pizza place. He's got to be cut. I cannot cut videos if I'm watching. Well, don't watch then, Brother Roz. Then go back to cutting your videos. Shit. Sorry if you can't, multitask, man. Can you please make my job easier? Killing me, boss. Go back to work on the cutting videos, man. You know all this anyway. You're the Rain Man. You're the Rain Man. Do you think the Cowboys saved the last roster spot for a backup quarterback? Well, here's an advantage that the Cowboys actually have right now is because we have 4 players that are out with COVID, they don't count on the 53-man roster right now. So technically, you can say that the Cowboys can actually go down to 57. Yeah, that's going to at least buy you some time. Snapback Jug, you suck and your team sucks. Well, here's an interesting thing. For those that want to come in and cuss me out, they actually have word blockers in there So there's certain words that if you say, they automatically get held for review. So when you come in and say, you suck is one of those words that's blocked, kind of like the N word and mother, effer. And yeah, so go right ahead. Use all of them. It won't be seen except by me, in which case I can go through and I could say,
bye, Felicia, and
just block you. Because we actually have a lot of people that actually come in, that are older like I am, that are actually here to actually talk and have football conversations and not necessarily want to come in and be an idiot that's just coming through and, trying to act like they a big guy behind a keyboard and can cuss somebody out anonymously. Yeah, there's plenty of places you can go to do that. Plenty of places you can go. And if you don't like what I do, if you say I'm sucks or I'm an idiot, then why are you here? I know there's a lot of channels out there that are full of idiots. I don't waste my time watching them. Pluck, I appreciate that, man. From an Eagles fan, well, probably, it's kind of like saying, you're my favorite son. Well, you're my only one, but you're my favorite one, right? But appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. And that's when the thing is, look, I don't like the Eagles. I'm never going to root for the Eagles and stuff like that. But it doesn't mean I have to hate the Eagle fans, okay? Some of y'all are okay. Some of y'all are crazy and need to be locked up. But that's another story in itself. All right. So we got our first three. We got Dak Prescott, Garrett Gilbert, number one, number two, and then Cooper Rush on the practice squad. And, of course, Ben DiNucci is going to go make a pizza place. Running backs, big surprise, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard. Those are two starting running backs and your backup. And I think Nick Ralston ends up making it as your fullback, okay? Rico Dowdle, I think, would have made it, but with the injury, that killed it. That killed him as far as making the spot. But they could always end up bringing people back later on. This is not solidified and, that this is the roster for the whole year. You're going to make changes. I like Cooper Rush as the backup. Well, Deontay, the reality is you could really exchange Garrett Gilbert and Cooper Rush because, the bottom line is you go from Dak Prescott. It's like going from Tyron Smith to Chaz Green. That's what you're going from Dak to Garrett Gilbert or Cooper Rush. Sorry, it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you want Cooper as your backup as opposed to Garrett Gilbert, to me, it's the same thing. It really is. Wide receivers. Of course, Amari Cooper, with his contract is number one. And CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee ain't going nowhere, okay? CeeDee Lamb, as much as the Eagles fans would love to have CeeDee, because we know how they reacted when they didn't get him.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire him. Motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fire his ass. I fire his ass. I mean, Howie's got to be stupid.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You just let Dallas take him.
Snapback Judge. Dude, seriously? Philly 500 and I do this stuff all the time. You haven't seen his intros where he literally has me, or excuse me, he's dressed up like me in my workshop. I'm Mark Holmes here, and literally has the clips of me saying, I'm Philly 500's bitch. Seriously? Seriously? Are you that soft? I mean, seriously. This is good-natured, good-humored trash talking. Roland Reviews. How you doing, Roland? I can't believe that you some of you Eagle fans are literally that soft that you can't take a joke. I mean, damn, you've been Eagle fans for how long? You should be able to take a joke. All right? Okay. So wide receivers, Amari Cooper, okay? CeeDee Lamb, of course, Michael Gallup. That's your starting 3. Cedric Wilson, of course, is always there, it seems like. Noah Brown, okay? That's 5, and I think they keep 6. And, of course, Semi, you don't cut Semi. He's a 5th-round draft pick, okay? You got to at least give him a year to see what you got. You could try and put him on the practice squad, but the problem is I think if you put him on the practice squad, you're going to end up losing him because somebody will pick him off. So that's what I look at right there. BLSG. What's good? What's good is not the Dallas Cowboys defense that played on Saturday, but that's mostly guys that are going to get cut. Ain't sweeping nobody. Sugar Daddy Williams. Really? Okay. All right. Cool. We hear you. Right. Ramon. Yeah. We're coming for your meats. Philly.
Mark Holmes, I'm coming for your meat.
So you Eagle fans out there are saying who said I'm dissing Philly 500. What is that from Philly? I'm coming for your meats from a crazy man. Jeez. What's up, Troy Daniels? How you doing, man? All right. So moving right along, we've gotten the wide receivers. We got the running backs. We got the quarterback. Tight ends. This is where it gets interesting. And this is where Stephen Jones said, we're a little thin on tight ends right now. And they may look to make a move. Now, of course, speculation is, the Cowboys are trading for a tight end. I don't think they'll trade for a tight end. What they'll do is they'll look at the cut sheet and see what's out there and see who they can sign. I don't think the Cowboys will end up trading anybody, and I don't think they're going to end up, trading for anybody right now. It makes no sense to make a trade when there's going to be basically a smorgasbord of players that are being reduced. Some of them are going to be really good veterans that still have a little bit left in the tank. There's still some tread on the tires, but have become expendable because, the young guy looks really good and we can kind of move on from that high-priced contract. And if they're cut, then you're starting from zero, as opposed to if you trade for a veteran, you're trading for that contract as well. So that's where I don't see them necessarily making a move right now. So Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz definitely are on the roster. I think Jeremy Sprinkles makes it, and then Sean McKinnon, I think, goes on IR. Okay, but look for the Cowboys maybe to look for some more help. Adam Scott, no, we're not. I'm telling you, Adam Scott, you missed it, Adam. You weren't here when I was going through the list of guys who actually played on Sunday. Not one of them is going to be a starter, and very few of them are going to play actually valuable minutes. Seriously. We literally, as Stephen Jones said, the top 40 guys did not play. The top 40 guys did not play in that game. So you can try and infer what you want, but, the Jaguars came out and played their starters, be it they're not great ones, but their starters are going to be better than a third and fourth string. Just going to say that. That at least in my mind. Maybe I could be an idiot. Lord knows I got enough people that say that I am. So don't necessarily go by what I say. All right, tackles. Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, of course, are your starters. Terrence Steele, I think, of course, still is there. I know there's a lot of hate for Terrence Steele, but Terrence Steele is not, and I repeat, he is not Chaz Green. Okay? He's better than Chaz Green, and Chaz Green, believe it or not, still has a job in the NFL. And I think Ty Nsekhe ends up staying because he's a veteran, and, he's got some games underneath there. Josh Ball, I think they put on IR. And, that way he can come back in the future if he's, gets well and stuff, and they can add him to the roster. Brandon Knight, I kind of am borderline on whether or not they keep him or not. We heard, boy, can't think of his name now. Damn. From the Fan. Jeez. having a brain fart who was talking about Brandon Knight and Bradley Ain possibly being trade possibilities. Okay, but I don't think there's going to be any trades that that anybody's trading for them when more than likely they'll get cut. But here's the thing, punishment 99 JF. The thing is, there's not that many guys out there that are going to be better that you can have as backups. If they're really good, they're going to be starters elsewhere. And he's still young. And I'll point out something that, Washington had a offensive guard that they looked at, and he was kind of fat. He was kind of slow. He just didn't seem to get it, that first year. And they said, man, we got to get this loser out of here. They're literally saying he's a loser. And they cut him. And Jimmy Johnson brought him on the team. Kavanaugh, thank you. Jeff Kavanaugh. I'm literally having a brain. It's probably because I've been in the workshop, have too much dust in my, in my head here. But that was Nate Newton. And, if we had the attitude of, did you see Nate Newton? He got cut from Washington. Man, that guy, he's slow, he's fat. He ain't ever going to amount to nothing. Oh, yeah? You don't know. Dude came in as an undrafted free agent, had no OTAs, okay? They had a short training camp. He wasn't expected to get anywhere near the field, so he didn't get that many reps. Now all of a sudden he gets thrusted in there. Chaz Green was a higher draft pick. He was a draft pick. He had time under his belt. He came in there and couldn't do what Terrence Steele did. So stop hating on Terrence. Okay, leave Terrence alone. Leave him alone. He's human, isn't he? He's got feelings. Leave Terrence Steele alone. Leave him alone. Come on, leave the brother alone. Leave him alone, man. Can I see a low-scoring game, Dallas versus Tampa Bay? Actually, I think it's going to be low-scoring for Tampa Bay. I think the Dallas Cowboys defense, I'm telling you, call me crazy. They call me Crazy Mark, okay? Not Crazy Joe. They call me Crazy Mark. But I think the Cowboys get a win there. It'll shock the world, but it won't shock me. I want a bold prediction. You really think the defense y'all have is better? All right, let me go back through here. Okay. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. The defense we put out there was Nahshon Wright, who's not a starter. Israel, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. Okay. He might not even make the team. Luke Gifford at linebacker. Jabril Cox at linebacker. Burton at cornerback, who definitely won't make the team. Bradley and I, who we heard might be a trade bait. Rondell Carter, which it'll be hard for Rondell to make it on the team. Justin Hamilton, who I don't think is going to make it. Quentin Bohannon, he'll make it, but he won't be a starter off the bat. Parker won't make the team. Kamara, I don't think makes the team. If he does, it'll be a special teamer. He won't be playing any snaps on defense. Hooker will play, but this is his first game, and he only played 29 snaps. Kalady played 13 snaps, didn't exactly play a whole lot, and Kevin Joseph played 9. So from that list, I say Joseph Hooker. I'm sorry, Malik Hooker. From that list, none of those guys are going to be starters on that defense, except maybe Hooker. And most of those guys aren't even going to be on the team, and the ones that are won't see the field on the defense, okay? Stop being so, dramatic with some of y'all. Oh, our defense is terrible. Did you see what they did against the Jags? They had a rookie that tore him up. Oh, my God. We're worse than last year. Come on, man. Roz, you're back. Are you finished cutting that stuff? Huh? Are you finished cutting up the videos, man? All right. So that's what we got for offensive tackles. Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Terrence Steele, Ty Nsekhe. Okay? All right. Then at guard and center, okay? Now, understand, Connor Williams is our swing guard center. He's our starting guard. But if they get an injury, he's moving to center. And Connor McGovern, the governor, is going to come in. Malik's buying a hooker. Come on, man. Come on, man. Damn. So you got Tyler Baddish as your center. You got Connor Williams, okay, at guard, backup for center. Of course, Zach Martin. I don't think gets cut. I think he's okay. I think he's safe. I talked about Connor McGovern is the backup guard right there. And then what is the other guy's name? Matt Fornock makes it. Akun, I would love to make the roster, but, it's a great story and everything else. But you only have 53 spots. Akun played a lot in that game, which tells you that he's not one of the top 40. And being part of the top 40 means if you are playing in that game, you better be a special team standout. You've got to make the roster as a special teamer. Okay, so that is our offense right there. Thoughts, anybody? Thank you very much, Dalian. Not to mention we haven't seen our starters play. Thank you. I applaud you. Susie. What's up, Susie? Okay. Deontay, I tell you what, if Dak stays healthy, there's no reason why CD won't be a Pro Bowl. It's no ungodly reason why he shouldn't be. Sean Simmons, fly, Eagles fly. Oh, Lordy. Who let the birds in? Who? Torres, I do believe Semi makes it mainly because, one, his size, and because he was a 5th-round draft pick that you got to try and hold on to him just to see what they can do. He's a draft pick. You got to hold on to him. And I think that they want to find out about him, that if they decide to not, get the contract for Michael Gallup, if he plays hardball, they say, okay, you know what? We'll hold on to Simi and move him up the roster. Or if Amari Cooper, there's no reason to get rid of him when you've seen some potential already and after you spent a 5th-round pick. So I would say I think he makes him. Kick his ass out. Who are we talking about? Well, Collins has the next stringer, which is, usually about a 1 to 2 week type thing. It's basically kind of like a pinched nerve. They'll go through, they'll ice it, they'll heat it, they'll end up using anti-inflammatories, like the ibuprofen, like I take from my knees, to get the swelling and stuff down, do a lot of stretching and stuff, and get it loose. More like who let the pigeons, Dave. Shout out to Dave. That's right. Who let the pigeons loose? Okay. All right. Defensive ends. Okay. We know Randy Gregory is going to make the roster, and right now does not have to worry about being suspended from the NFL, which is great. You love that. We know D-Law, Troy Daniels. You think Bradley and I makes it back for a backup as a pass rusher? I'm not sure, Troy. He is definitely on the bubble right now. But as far as, and this is the problem for him, is we're so deep on pass rushers. I think he makes it. I really do. But you just look at kind of say, damn, we got a lot of these guys. But I think DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, I think Basham quietly that they're very impressed with, okay? I mean, and of course you like the name, Basham. Oh, man, look at Terrell Basham out there. He literally bashed you. Okay, come on. You got to like that, okay? So I believe he makes it. I believe Dorrance Armstrong makes it. I do think Bradley and I makes it, and Rondell Carter, because they have the players on the COVID list that opens up a couple extra spots. But Rondell, I think that could go either way. I'd like to see him because he's a fellow JMU Duke player. Skip thinks Patriots will beat Cowboys. Oh, no, Greg, he not only thinks they'll beat them, he thinks they will destroy them. Updates on Gallimore, they have not had any updates on him. Again, it's when he's going to be he's still on the PUP list right now. So that's too soon. It'll be week 2 or 3 before he gets in. Izzy is making the team, Mark. Are you crazy? Izzy is Lassay. I got it right today. Lassay, right? Lassay. I finally got one right. I'm just, listen, this is up for debate, okay? This is just who I think they keep. Izzy should make the team. Not sure, buddy. We only have so many spots out there. Remember, we have 80 people out there, but we only have 53 roster spots, okay? Tackles-wise, now here's where it gets interesting. Tackles, of course, Ozzy, I can't pronounce his name, okay? The rookie, to me, that speed that he has, his size, his hand ability, the way he moves, he's on the roster without a doubt. Brent Urban has the length and then some that they love, so he's going to make it. Carlos Watkins, excuse me, I got too much sawdust in my throat. Carlos Watkins, I think, makes it, of course, because, again, he's a veteran. He was, he wasn't a starter. He was kind of a role player with the Texans, but I think he makes it because he's a big enough body that they can use. And, of course, Quentin Bohannon, 6th-round draft pick. He's the biggest guy on the defensive line. Gallimore, of course, is on the PUP list, so he'll be coming back once he's done, as well as, is on IR. Is he on IR? No, he can't be on IR. If he's on IR before the season starts, then you can't come back. Anyway, he's on something, okay? And not like Randy Gregory was on something. And Tristan Hill's on the PUP list, so he still gets a roster spot, I believe. So that's what I think on the defensive line. Interior, linebackers, contrary to popular belief, Jalen Smith is back. I know people think, we can trade him. Ain't nobody trade for Jalen Smith. Ain't nobody trading for Jalen Smith. Sorry. It's a dream that's not going to become a reality, okay? So get that out of your head. Micah Parsons, I think he's got a spot. Keanu Neal, of course, he's got a spot. Vander Esch, he's got a spot. Jabril Cox, one of the few people that played Saturday, that does have a spot. Jalen Smith and Luke Gifford. Okay? That's what I think. Like I said, it's up for debate. Okay? This is my opinion on what they think. Justin Hamilton, I don't think makes it. But again, listen, I'm a guy with a day job. I'm literally I'm covered with sawdust because I've been working in my workshop, okay? What I think or predict means nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing, okay? So just use it as a template. We'll compare tomorrow with what happens, okay? They need to trade for Foles. Okay, Mark the 5th. Here's what's funny. That's a great story that the Bears said, you know what? We want to do the right thing for Nick Foles. We're open to trades. We're open to trades for Nick Foles, right? And we won't trade him to someplace he doesn't want to go because we really love Nick Foles. Hey, let me look up something real quick here because let me make sure I have my numbers right. Because I want to look up Nick Foles' salary. Nick Foles' contract. Because here's what it's about. Nick Foles' contract this year is okay. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why they want to trade him. Not to do the right thing for Nick Foles. It's not about doing the right thing for Nick Foles, because what they owe him this year is there's a lot of six. This is the devil contract. Dana Jet, oh my God, I'm glad you're okay. Shout out to Dana, who survived a terrible hurricane. Man, that I can't even imagine what it's like down there. I was down after Katrina doing some home rebuilding, and man, it just was unbelievable. David Puno, thank you very much for the super chat. Got you covered. Okay, so Nick Foles' contract is the devil. His cap hit is $6,666,000 and $666. Surprised it's not 66 cents. If they cut him, they got $14 million in dead money. You follow me? Oh, we're open to trading Nick Foles because they don't want $14 million in dead money because they signed to a 3-year deal. If they trade them, they get off the hook. If they cut him, they get hit for $14 million. So guess what? If you want Nick Foles, why would you go through, give up a draft pick, and take on that contract of $6.6 million? We know they're not going to keep 3 quarterbacks. He's going to get cut. He's going to get cut, and that's when you make your move for him, because then you're not going to pay him $6 million, 6.666. It's the devil contract. Why would you trade for him and take on that whole contract? He's a 3rd-string quarterback. Hello? So, no, you don't trade for Nick Foles. You'd be stupid to do that. You just wait for him to get cut. I mean, quite frankly, instead of taking on that contract, why not just sign Blake Bortles? Blake Bortles, you don't have to give up any compensation. He'll be dirt cheap, veteran minimum, basically. But then there would be a Super Bowl quarterback. Oh, Lordy, here we go. Okay. Anyway, that's crazy that his contract numbers are that he's really heavy into he's really into Christianity. Well, I don't know about Christianity or not. All I know is to trade for Nick Foles is not going to happen that people think that, oh, yeah, trade for Nick Foles. That'll be a great. No. No, I'm not doing that. All right. We're rounding the corner here. You see what I did there? We got cornerbacks. Okay. Diggs is going to make it. Contrary to Cowboys' desires, Anthony Brown will make it as well. I don't know. Anthony Brown gets a lot of hate. Cowboy fans say he's ass. He's going to make it, okay? Jordan Lewis will be part of the team. Morris Kalady, another one of the few people that played in the game on Saturday that will actually have some playing time during the season, okay? There weren't many. Kevin Joseph, because, well, he was a high draft pick, of course. He's still got a ways to go. Shock, what's up, man? Thank you. Love right back to you. And not Sean Wright, okay? You don't take, guys that are drafted in the, 3rd and 4th round, and 5th round and stuff, and you cut those. You hold on to them just to see what you really have and to justify your picks. All right, so that's what we have for corners. We have Diggs, we have Anthony Brown, Jordan Lewis, Morlise Kalady, Kevin Joseph, and Nahshon Wright. Okay? That's what I think. And you can argue with me and say it's stupid, or that's fine. This is just a conversation because I don't work for the Cowboys. They have what I say has no bearing on what they actually do. Actually, 666 is the mark of the devil, not necessarily the devil's number. It's a common, okay, either way, all I know is when you see 666, the devil is involved. How about that, bro? See, Roz, you's a smart ass, ain't you? You's a smart ass. Well, Mark, the fourth, well, here's the thing. The Bears think that Andy Dalton's better than Nick Foles. If they thought Nick Foles was any good, they wouldn't have signed Andy Dalton. You follow me? Seriously. There's a love affair with Nick Foles because he's got the Super Bowl ring, but you got to understand, he had a great team that was there. They had a great running attack with that team. They had a great defense. Their offensive line was great. And they came out of left field. The team was already on cruise control when he took over. And it was basically, I'm the bus driver, and I just don't mess it up. We do need another corner. We could use one, and this is the thing, come tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of guys that are employed. There's a lot of guys that are going to be unemployed. Some of them are going to be veterans that, still have some usage of things. And that's where you start looking around, as Stephen Jones would say, value. Stephen Jones loves the value. I bet you Stephen Jones shops at Walmart. I bet you he does. Don't you think so? We know that Jerry Jones buys his wine from 7-Eleven. They like a bargain. They love a bargain. The fear is Antonio Brown is the third option, including tight end, so the nickel corner needs to be perfect. Foles is better than the trash we have here. Trade for Stephon Gilmore. Nick Foles is doo-doo. Mark, what about Brian Hoyer, backup quarterback from the Pats? The problem is when you bring him in now, doesn't know the terminology, doesn't know the playbook, doesn't know the players on the field, and there's not a whole lot of time to coach him up. Shout out to Dak, the people's champ. Washington going 12-5, 10-7 at the least. Okay. So let me at least say this. So let me ask this, Andrew. So which of the games are you going to win between Buffalo, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Seattle? Who am I missing? And you're going to go 6-0 in your division, right? You're also, New Orleans, got that one too. Got New Orleans. Yeah, those are the worst games on your schedule. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay, Seattle. That's those 6 right there. Okay? And then that means if you don't win, if you can't win any of those, you're going to have to be perfect in the NFC East. And I'll remind you that last year you lost to Daniel Jones twice. And Dak Prescott is 19-6 in the NFC East. Just saying. We'll see. All right. Safeties. Did I do safety? No, I didn't do safeties. Safety. Kazee is going to make it. Donovan Wilson is going to make it. Malik Hooker will make it, and Jaron Kearse. That's real easy. I think it's going to be hard for him to let go of Israel, but I think, he doesn't have that much experience. Maybe they try and bring him back on practice squad or see if they can get him, off of waivers. They might try and use him or hold on to him because they have those 4 extra slots because of the COVID at the moment, but it's going to be tough. Special teams, of course, Greg Zuerlein is our kicker. Brian Anger would be our punter. Jake McQuaid would be our long snapper. And I need one more. Maybe C.J. Godwin? Road to nowhere. so funny. Can we trade Dak for a corner?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hating, man, that's like an art form, man. You know, it's like you like a born a hater, you know, like myself, man. You know, a lot of cats think they hate, but, man, I mean, I'm mad at everything, man. You know, brother got a nice car, man. Why you got a car?
Well, you got a
man?
nice
I only
car,
got one
man.
car. Why you got 3 cars or a wife or all that, man? Hey, man, that's played out, man. I hate on it till he's totally broke and ain't got nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's what real hating is all about, man.
All right, so that's what I look at, and you know, like I said, it's all up for debate on who will and who won't make the roster on there. Who knows what the Cowboys are thinking, you know? And you know, this is basically a guesstimate from what we've seen. We're not there at practice every day and seeing everything else. This is just kind of like what you've seen thus far and what you've seen or haven't seen from some of the others. We should have let Dak walk. We overpaid too much. Broke Dak Mountain. So hold on, broke Dak Mountain. I'm gonna give you the floor here. So hypothetically, we let Dak Prescott go. Who's playing quarterback for us right now? I'm serious. This is not a bullshit question. This is actually a legitimate question because I want to entertain. You know, if this is a solution, because I'm, you know, it's been 26 years since we got a Super Bowl. I'm willing to listen to anything that may end up making the team a Super Bowl team. Okay, we let Dak Prescott go. Who's our quarterback right now? Is it Cooper Rush, Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert? Who? Because there's nothing worse than people say, oh, we shouldn't have done this. Well, don't tell me what we shouldn't have done. Tell me what we should have done then. Dave, I'll see you later, man. Thank you. Enjoy watching your daughter play softball, man. That time's going to grow fast. Fear no man. Do you think Neal is better than Cox? Keanu Neal? Right now, I think Keanu Neal is definitely better than Jabril Cox. Cox needs a lot more experience. We may pick up some of the players released. We definitely could. See, and that's the thing that, you know, you have to cut down to 53 by 4 o'clock, you know, and there's no guarantee that people are going to have all their cuts and stuff done. I mean, I know the Lions let go of, I think, released 9 of their players already, but it'll be basically by 4 o'clock tomorrow, everybody's cuts have to be in, and you're starting to try and pick up other people. DiNucci should have been cut this morning. Why the wait? Oh, man. Damn, man. Y'all are cold. Y'all are cold as ice, man. Poor Ben DiNucci, man. He gets no love whatsoever, man. At least let him have the last day in the locker room, man. Come on. Don't be so cruel, man. You're okay, Malik. You're right. They do that to get underneath my skin. You're 100%. No, I'm not saying Cox hasn't looked good, and he'll play a lot. But I think that Keanu Neal will play a lot more. And here's the thing you got to also understand too is the Cowboys. Excuse me, boy, croaking over here today. The Cowboys will use multiple combinations of guys, and I honestly believe the Cowboys, what they're planning on doing is they will be doing a lot of wave after wave of guys to wear down the offenses. Slasher, Oliver Vernon is 30 years old, unsigned, and posted 9 sacks last season. Why is he not on a team? A lot of teams are staying away from the older veterans. I mean, you know, we looked and said, hey, you know, let's get Emerson Griffin and you know, Dontari Poe. They played good the year before. You know, let's put them on our team. I think teams are just saying, you know what, the hell with these older veterans because, you know, the longer you play, the more the minimum is because there's a minimum salary that goes in. And as you start getting these guys that are older, you start having to pay them a little bit more because they are older players. Yeah, Captain. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why you can. I mean, if you cut him, you're still paying him, and now you got a roster spot you have to fill. If you keep Jalen and you find out what he does good, and that's going forward. Don't have him having to cover receivers or backs out of the backfield. You can't. The mistake they made with him last year was, first of all, they put him on the weak side. The weak side linebacker's job is to chase things down and cover the guys in the slot, which was not Jalen Smith's thing. The other problem that they had last year was you ended up taking Van Der Esch and saying, you know what, we know you're a guy that has neck problems and back injuries and things like that, but we're going to make you the middle linebacker. And see, the middle linebacker has to be a thumper. The middle linebacker has to take on the guards and gets a lot of a punishment that he has to take. So you got a guy who is injury prone in the middle, and then you got a guy on the weak side who is not good at, covering people out the backfield. It's a recipe for disaster. So you find out what Jalen Smith, maybe it's being on the strong side, and maybe it's just covering the run and, pass rushing and things. Getting him to go upfield because he's got the drop push issue. He can't plant and go. And you use him in spots. Nick, I'm all with you on that, Nick. I think the Cowboys are going to be head and shoulders better than they were last year. If they just stay healthier, they will be a better team than they were last year. To me, it's no comparison where we are right now versus where they were. Well, hello there, friends. What's up, Mark? Birdman, how you doing, man? Just in here having discussions about the Cowboys roster and fighting y'all damn Eagles, man. The coaches failed the defense last year. Well, the coaches failed it, and the defensive players failed it as well. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that I'm going to also say, too, about bringing in a whole lot of other guys. When we brought in Clinton Ha-Ha Dix, when we brought in Emerson Griffin, Dontari Poe, and Darryl Worley, and they didn't have that off season, they never really got attached to the team. They never became part of the team. You see the dynamic between Dak and Zeke. They're best friends, okay? They're best friends, and, it's like Prince. I would die for you. Seriously. That's the way they are. They're going all out. Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins and those guys. They are truly teammates. Adam Scott. Anyone saying we overpaid for Dak? Yeah, right. I agree with you, man. I agree with you 100%. Here's the thing that's funny, though, Adam. Here's the thing that is so funny. Because you notice the guy, he didn't answer it. The broke Dak Mountain. We overpaid for Dak. Okay. All right, then, honestly, if you got a better solution, I'm more than happy to listen to it. Don't just come in and say what we shouldn't have done. Tell me what you should have done. And see, they never have an answer. When we had delusional Dak fan in here, he was like, "Oh man, Dak's not the answer, man. If we didn't have Dak, we'd be winning." It's like, okay, then what's your plan? Broke Dak Mountain. Oh, there you go. Dak should be getting $33 million a year. He only has one. Broke Dak Mountain. You know that his cap number this year, right now. You understand his cap number this year is $22 million, right? Do you understand that? And his cap number for next year actually is that $33 million. And last year, when he was franchise tagged, it was $31.5 million. You understand that, right? So, and before that, it was never anywhere near $30 million. So what you just said is what they're doing. See, unfortunately, broke Dak Mountain, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Listen to me. Because what happens is every time Skip Bayless goes on air and has to talk about Dak Prescott getting $75 million this year, which is technically true because of the signing bonus. But and let me clarify it too. Let me clarify and make sure I pull up the exact numbers because I don't want you to call me a liar. Dak Prescott over the cap. because this is the ignorance that's out there. He's only the 8th highest paid. Actually, might not even be the 8th right now after Josh Allen. He might be the 9th on quarterbacks. Okay. And FYI, the Eagles paid $33 million to tell Carson Wentz to get the hell out. Okay, are you hearing this? Broke Dak Mountain. Dak Prescott's cap number this year, $22 million. Dak's cap number next year is $33 million. The number you said he should be paid. So technically, if you say he should be paid $33 million, which is what he gets next year, you actually have $11 million from this year saving that you could apply to the next year, which is actually 44. So 44 minus 11 means 33. So he's actually getting paid what you just said on the cap number. Or does the signing bonus bother you? I'll wait. I was going to get out of here, but I'll wait on that. Because that's the number. He's 22 this year, 33 next year, 43 the year after. That averages out to 33. Well, Brokeback Mountain, that's not Dak's fault. That's not Dak's fault. That's the Joneses. But the funny thing is Dak's numbers are still in line with Carson Wentz's. So where's the problem? And Dak has played better than Carson Wentz and didn't cost them all the number one picks. So are you having a problem with the signing bonus? The other thing his contract does, much like what they just did with Zeke Elliott, hey, you know what? We need a little more cash. We'll just go to Zeke and just change the numbers on there. Boom, we got more cash. That's what they did with Tony Romo's contract for years. They have triggers in there. If they decide next year, we need some more money. Boom, just like that. They can use that contract to get more money. They took his contract because he was actually going to be franchise tagged at $38 million. So they end up saving $16 million by getting the contract done, my man. $16 million over what it would have been for a franchise tag. Brother Roz, stop. We ain't trading Zeke. What are you smoking crack?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, broke Dak Mountain. Hold on. Let me see. Over the cap. QBs. Let's look at 2021 salaries for quarterbacks. Let's look at the list right now. Because this is where y'all hate on the quarterback and say, oh man, Dak Prescott, he's overpaid. Okay, so here's the cap numbers for the quarterbacks right now. This is the actual cap numbers hits the teams are taking. Russell Wilson's cap number is 32. If you want to be mad about somebody, be mad about Kirk Cousins, who's 31. Mark Holmes, illegal lottery. I don't know crap. Hate is such an ugly thing, man. I don't know what your problem is, dude. But hate is terrible. I don't know why you're obsessed with me, bro. But there's a whole world out there that you should be living and enjoying. But I guess I should be flattered that you put all this attention into me. I appreciate that. And understand, the more of these profiles that you make and you come in here on and you end up commenting, you actually help my channel to grow. I don't know if you realize that, because what happens is YouTube doesn't care if you love me or hate me. They only care that you interact with me. So when you come in here with all these different profiles and you spam us with hate and things, and then you come back in with another one, You're just helping you two say, wow, this guy's popular. Let's share it some more. So after Kirk Cousins, you could say Kirk Cousins is stealing. Kirk Cousins, after this year, will have made over $200 million. Let that sink in for a second. Aaron Rodgers' cap number is $27 million. Matty Ice is 26.9. Jimmy Garoppolo is at 26.4, followed by Ben Roethlisberger at 25.9, and then there's Dak. Bam. That's the list. So back to Broke Dak Mountain. Where's the problem? He's $22 million cap hit this year, which is $9 million less than it was last year. If we go through, and let me pull up, let's take a look at 22. Next year's number. And FYI, I'm not running a lottery. If you understand what I do, I don't solicit channel members or super chats. But when people do, which everybody's channel, once you're monetized, is eligible to do. But once you do, I say, I'm going to do something back for people. Okay? I'm going to go through and do something extra for people that do. And when I go out and I buy autographs for shirts, and the shirts I get made up, it's money that I spend out of my pocket to do that. So, anyway. But Brokeback Mountain, understand, here's the thing. The signing bonus doesn't count fully. You know, it's $75 million is what Dak Prescott got this year, which on the outside says like, damn, that's a lot of money. It's like, but you have to understand the signing bonus is prorated and divided up by the years of the contract. And they have voidable years at the end. So that's divided up over 6 years. So the actual cap number is only 22. Now, here's what's crazy. Now, you want to go ahead and talk about crazy. Now, let's go through for next year because people will go through. Yeah, but it goes up to 33 next year. It's too much. Okay. Next year's cap number currently for Matt Ryan is $48 million. Aaron Rodgers, who'll get a new contract, by the way, because he wants to get out of Green Bay and get a new contract, is 46. Kirk freaking Cousins is $45 million next year. Kirk Cousins. Deshaun Watson's cap number, 40.4. Ryan Tannehill, 38.6. Russell Wilson, who's also looking for a new contract, will be 37. Pat Mahomes will be 35, followed by Dak Prescott at 33. So it's not that, even though you're told that Dak Prescott, he's got, highest paid contract in the history of, as far as where it counts, as far as what it counts on the cap, he's barely in the top 10. But cut him now. Well, Mark Holmes' illegal lottery, if you were to cut him now, you'd get about a $75 million cap hit. So that's not going to happen, buddy. It's not going to happen. So he's getting too much money at the end. And here's the thing that you have to understand, bro. Okay? And understand, you hate me. That's cool. That's cool. But we can actually have a conversation. Okay? I'm trying to educate you too. Here's the thing you got to understand. This year, the salary cap is at $185 million. It dropped because of COVID and the lack of the gate receipts, right? They've already said that the ceiling for next year is going to be $209 million. Okay? That's a major jump. Even with that, the Cowboys, because they've done all these contracts, they're going to be about $18 million over, but it's funny money. It's really not real. The cap is really not real. But the thing is, You have to understand that the money for the new television contracts, AT&T is losing, Sunday Ticket. That's going to go to like Google or YouTube or somebody like that. That's going to pay a boatload of money. You've got an extra week of football now. You've got more teams that are playing in the playoffs. There's more money coming in from that. There's the gambling revenue, and there's so much money from gambling. How much money is it from gambling? If you take all the gate receipts in the NFL, where they have to put the lights on in the stadium and have to pay for the hot dogs and the vendors and the security and all that, you take all of that money that they make for all of those games, and they make that as royalties just from gambling. There's estimates that by 2026 that the NFL salary cap will be about $460 million. So when you're looking at that money down the road, the salary cap is going to be double where it is now. So when you say $40-some million a couple of years down the road, that's going to be a bargain. Remember when Kirk Cousins signed his fully guaranteed deal and got $28 million a year? Everybody was like, oh my God, Kirk Cousins is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. $28 million, that's too much. Right now, $28 million is chump change. And that was only 4 years ago. You follow me? So if $28 million 4 years ago, that it's gone up by $12 million, dude, it's okay. And like I said, I got people that want to troll me and hate me and all that stuff. I don't understand it and things. I'd love to actually have a conversation, and when people come through, and give you my point of view. Okay, and that's what actually making an argument is, and that's when I say, okay, if you think Dak Prescott's overpaid, then what's your solution? Delusional Dak fans said, oh, well, we go ahead and we get Matthew Stafford. We shouldn't have signed Dak. We should have gotten Matthew Stafford. But Matthew Stafford, his cap hit for this year. Oh no, sorry, that's next year. Let me look at it. Let me pull up Matthew Stafford. I was kind of like Matthew Stafford. So Matthew Stafford's cap hit for his So Matthew Stafford's cap hit this year is $20 million, right? So when you say we should have let Dak walk and got Matthew Stafford, well, Matthew Stafford, he only has one more year left on his deal. He's going to need a new deal. He's not going to take a $20 million hit next year. He's going to want to get paid if he does well. But they also gave up 2 number 1 picks. So if you say we should have gotten Matthew Stafford and let Dak walk, we could have saved $2 million. But guess who wouldn't be here right now? Micah Parsons wouldn't be here right now. And next year, you wouldn't have a first-round draft pick next year. Okay, so broke Dak Mountain. You take Stafford. Okay, so you take Matthew Stafford over Dak Prescott minus Micah Parsons and next year's number 1, because that's what it would cost you to have Matthew Stafford. Do you understand that there's a correlation there? That it's not like, oh, we just have Matthew Stafford and Dak's gone, that you had to give up something to trade to get that guy. Matthew Stafford is proven in what? Matthew Stafford's never won a playoff game, right? Matthew Stafford actually had 3 All-Pros on a defense and had a Hall of Fame wide receiver and only threw 22 touchdown passes, right? What has Matthew Stafford proven? I mean, hold on. Okay, you don't know football, do you? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean because Matthew Stafford, and when you say, oh, he doesn't get injured, Matthew Stafford gets injured actually a lot. Matthew Stafford, let me pull up his stats, because this is, now I understand. y'all have been getting some bad information when you think that Matthew Stafford is more is done some stuff. Okay, 2020. Here's what Matthew Stafford did last year: 4,000 yards, 64% completion percentage, 5-11, averaged 7.7 yards per pass, 26 TDs, 10 interceptions. That's what he did last year for the whole season. 16 games, 5-11 record. Let's go through in his career: 2-8, 1-2, 10-6, 4-12, 7-9, 11-5, 7-9, 9-7, 9-7, 6-10, 3-4, 5-11. Has 282 TDs to 144 interceptions. You want to talk about, let's see, advanced passing, adjusted passing, let's see, playoffs. He's been in, hold on, wait a minute, why did it disappear? What the hell's going on in here? Playoffs. So when he's played in playoffs, he's played in three playoff games. He's had 4 TDs, 3 interceptions, 908 yards. What is it that he had? Right, he had Megatron, and Megatron was like, I'm out of here. Fuck this. It's like, I'm just done. So what is this that Matthew? And again, I'm trying to understand, my man. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I want to, I want you to understand what you're talking about, or at least give you the real information. Because if you're listening to the talking heads out here that will say, "Oh, Matthew Stafford is," oh, okay. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Cowboys star as he walked his way to the Hall of Fame. At Cowboys star. Okay. But seriously, where's my man at? Because this is where I go, okay, so you want to take that guy who hasn't done anything, you want to trade 2 number 1 picks, pay the same amount of money, lose Micah Parsons and next year's draft pick, and we're going to be a better team, right? Well, I can actually say Amari Cooper's career was going in the toilet till he started working with Dak Prescott. I could say that Randall Cobb was left for roadkill till he came to Dallas, had a great year with the Cowboys, got paid when he went to the Texans. They said, "Your ass," and let him go, and now he's back to Green Bay. So I'd say he saved that guy's career. I will say that Dak Prescott, as a rookie, threw for 304 yards and 3 TDs against Aaron Rodgers, almost winning that game, and beat Russell Wilson in the playoffs. Russell Wilson, that guy, we beat that team in the playoffs with Dak Prescott, and came from a defensive stop on a crazy play of beating Green Bay in the playoffs as well. We haven't cut anybody yet. Lola. What's up, Lola? I'm just having a discussion with some of my haters that say that Dak Prescott is trash and is overpaid, and that Matthew Stafford would have been a better option for us. Okay, but here's the difference, though. Even if you Renoir, even if you take that stance and say they're the same player, I can go with that argument. But to say the Cowboys would have been better off to let Dak Prescott walk and go get Matthew Stafford, it's not apples to oranges. Because to get Matthew Stafford, the Rams had to give up 2 number 1s. So that means you're giving up Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and next year's number 1 to get Matthew Stafford. There's no way in the world you're going to tell me that the Cowboys would be a better team having done that than signing Dak Prescott. But again, Captain, you see my point here? You had to go give up 2 number ones to get Matthew Stafford. You already had Dak in the building who knows your players, knows your system, and everything else. However, I'm not even going to go ahead and give you credit and say Matthew Stafford and Dak Prescott are on the same level because Dak has had a lot better playoff success than he has. So, but we'll see. We'll see because he's going to a really good team, a playoff team. He's going to a playoff team, and we'll see what happens with him this year. Seriously. So we'll see. I mean, they got Aaron Donald there. They've got a great, one of the best football minds. We'll see what he does over there because the excuse always, well, he's in Detroit, so he's not expected to win. But see, you got to remember that 2014 team, they had 3 All-Pros on their defense. They had Megatron, and they had, what's his other name? Damn. They had another Pro Bowl wide receiver, and in that season, he only had 22. Let me look at it. I think 22 touchdown passes. When you had frickin' Megatron, hold it, regular season, 2014, he's throwing to Megatron, right? He's got Megatron, okay? Had Ndamukong Suh there on the defense, as well as that one of their linebackers was All-Pro, and God, I can't think of his name. A safety. I had him on the show one time. Used to be with the Texans and then went to Detroit and was an All-Pro. And he had Megatron and he had another Pro Bowl wide receiver. And during that year, with Megatron, who's in the Hall of Fame, 4,200 yards, 22 TDs, and 12 interceptions. Dude. 'That's it? 2014. Let me look at, let's see. 2014 Matthew Stafford team conversions. Hold on. Golden Tate. That was who it was. Golden Tate. He had Golden Tate and Megatron. 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, okay? 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, all right? He had Pettigrew, who was actually a really good tight end, and he had 22 touchdown passes. Are you kidding me? 22. On the defense, Glover Quinn. Ndamukong Suh, and who was the linebacker that they had that was great? Wait a minute. They also had a linebacker that was good. I can't remember who that was. But with that talent, Megatron just went in. He went in this year into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Quentin Bohannon will be on the team. Brokeback, no. This is what he okay. Because people who become channel members and do super chats, I put their name in here and I go ahead and give away, autographed shirts or Joe Barty's or racks and stuff like that. He says he's running an illegal lottery. Whatever. Join at your own risk. But seriously though, Mark Holmes illegal lottery. I know who you are. I know who you are, buddy. I'm still trying to understand what it is that pisses you off about me. I mean, did I belittle you? Did I make fun of you or something on the channel? What is it about? Because you literally spend so much time hating. I'm trying to understand it. Just got home from work. Okay, Lola. Well, I went through who I figure is going to be our 53-man roster. That's not illegal. So people end up giving super chats and I do nothing. That's okay. But because I'm thanking some of them, that's illegal? Okay. All right. If you say so, bro, I'm not going to argue with you. Jerry overpays everyone because he's rolling in cash. Well, see, that's not something that you can technically do because when it comes to the salary cap, you can everybody has to spend the same. Oh, you're right about that. People are just hate. They just hate. Jeremy Baker, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We were actually having a discussion on why the Cowboys were stupid for for re-signing Dak Prescott as opposed to we should have just gotten Matthew Stafford. Hands out swag. So they're trolls. CJ, you got that right. Pat Mahomes is greater than Dak. Bum ass. I didn't say. Who said I said Pat Mahomes is that Dak Prescott's better than Pat Mahomes? That did not come out of my mouth. That did not. Not at all. Not even ever. You ever get a free pen? Free pen. I don't have any pens to give out. Let's talk roster about what Quentin Bohannon makes it. Quentin Bohannon, without a doubt, is on the roster. It isn't Brokeback Mountain. It isn't. But like I said, listen. When let me try and clarify something here so I can make sure that we understand. Listen. This is YouTube. This is freaking incredible. You got to understand, I grew up where we had a phone. We actually had a rotary dial phone, okay? And when they came out with call waiting, oh, my God, that was life-changing because you get a click, click in the background. That meant somebody else was actually trying to call your phone, and you could click over and talk to them so you wouldn't miss a call. Because you got to understand, my dad would say, don't tie that phone up because somebody might be calling. And it's like, Dad, I'm trying to get my Mac on talking to a girl on the phone. And here's the problem. She better not be more than 30 miles away because it's long distance. You understand what a long distance call is? That meant they had to charge you extra because it literally was a long distance call. Okay? And there was no video to the chat. There were no cell phones, no internet. You wrote a letter, literally. In college, if you had a long-distance relationship, you were writing love letters, not love texts that they get right away. Love letters. You just put a stamp, go to the post office, and put it away. So to be here on the internet, y'all can see pictures of me. The fact that I can go through and I can play a clip of Philly 500 like this.
I knew it would happen, Mark. I knew it would mother humping happen. I'm pissed off, man. I'm frustrated because it pisses me off. Because that little bitch boy Carson Wentz, fat as hell last year, couldn't run, eating donuts between snaps. This guy comes in phenomenal shape. Phenomenal shape. You know what I mean? Like, why couldn't you come in last year phenomenal shape? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Because Doug Peterson wanted him to stay in the pocket, so he told him to get bigger. But Carson, he didn't get bigger the right way. He got fat. So now, everybody's like, oh, Phil, you're crazy. He ain't fat. He's always been like that. He just stinks now. I said, no, he's fat. He's fat. He's going to go to Indianapolis, and you watch, he's going to come in perfect shape. Perfect shape. What happens, Mark? What happens? Carson Wentz comes in. He looks 30 pounds lighter. My God, he looks thin. It's ridiculous. Now he's going to go out and light it up, and I'm going to have to watch that crap. He better get me that first-round pick. And thank God we have Jalen Hurts because I don't know what
the fact that we can do this stuff is freaking insane, okay? Now, I get passionate and stuff, and sometimes I'll say you're an idiot or I'll go ahead and, play the –
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, real hating, man. That's like –
But listen, it's nothing personal in here, okay? Understand, it's actually about having discussions. And when people are like, oh, he blocks people. You know what? The thing is I'm 55 years old. Most of the people that are in here are like 35 to 55 years old and so on. That's the biggest demographic. We have lovely ladies in here like Lola and Roland's Review and Gina C and Gina Thorne. And we actually come in and want to have real discussions about what's going on and have fun at the same time. And when you have somebody that comes in and all the thing is mother effing this, you suck crap, or, I hope Dak gets his ankle twisted and mangled. It's like, that's not why we're here. if you're an Eagle fan, and I have tons of Eagle fans out there, any donations? Here's the thing, Broke Dak Mountain. Anybody who super chats or anybody who becomes a channel member, I try and do the best I can to try and thank people, and that's how I write down their name. Over here, I actually have that was a donation from Always a Lady. It's actually like a little lottery wheel, and every live stream show on Monday and Friday nights, I pull one out. And that way, I end up sending somebody a Joe Barty. Like behind me here, that's a Joe Barty, okay? When I go to autograph signing shows, and I've got a whole bunch of ones from the Hall of Fame, so from Charles Haley to Tony Dorsett and things, I give those away. FYI, Tony Dorsett's signature is $100 plus the shirt, which is another $20. So, and then it's the shipping on top of it. So I'm doing that to try and spread the mojo, so to speak. And some people out there think, as they put it, in your opinion, it's an illegal lottery. It's not. It's not a lottery. It's not. I'm not selling tickets or anything else. I'm thanking people. Broke back. Dak, look, it's in there. Let me flip cameras here. Okay. Because it's actually this thing right here. I put them in there, and it's spinning around, and then I pull one out. Mark Holmes illegal, then you need to complain to YouTube about that. Oh, boy. Like me, I work for the dude. Hold on. Brother Roz, when you say you work for the dude, that implies that you actually get paid. I ain't paid you shit. Okay. Brokeback, donate every day. But no, like, Maya Dennison, how are you doing? What's happening? People under 18 don't know about that stuff. But that's the thing that's crazy. See, it still blows my mind that we're sitting here doing this. That, I'll get people, oh, man, I'm in Japan, or, oh, I'm, in Saudi Arabia. And it's just like, it's amazing. It's amazing to me the way we have contact with each other, and it's a beautiful thing. And the sad thing is how people will twist it and make it, like it's something bad. So I can't help them, And the reality is that a couple of things they say is, if you don't have haters, you're not doing it right. So I must be doing it to perfection, because Lord knows I got tons of people that hate me. So it is a lottery? No, right? It's the Mega Millions is what it is. Oh, boy. As long as you win the grand prize? Okay. So you're not going to make another channel then? You're going to just go right ahead. Go right ahead, my man. With that being said, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so it's time to have your 5 o'clock drink. We'll be back, of course, at 9 o'clock, and if anything changes with the Cowboys, we'll bring it to you then, and we'll go back over tonight, 9 o'clock, over the possible cuts. Don't believe everything you hear that the Cowboys are looking to make. Ain't nobody making trades right now. Ain't nobody making any trades. I think Semi Falco does, Jalen. Because Falco, I think that he's like teacher's pet. They spent that 5th round draft pick on him, and I think they ultimate. I tell you what, that's between you and her. How about that one? Okay, and trust me, bro, I'm not sure you want that kind of fire, man. Oh man. Oh, so you enjoyed it, Mark Holmes. Mark Holmes. What's the profile picture? Is that another one of me that you put in there that you colorized? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun and enjoyed that, as long as you come in. Terry Lee, I'll be in Tampa on the 8th. Oh, Terry, you just got into the illegal lottery, dude. Damn. Terry Lee. Are you joining the other fantasy football league? I think we have 3 spots left on that one for this weekend. But let me check with Ross. But I got you covered. Appreciate that. Looks like Mark's bus from Kent. Looks like a Mark bus from Canton. Oh, okay. Like I said, Mark Holmes illegal lottery. I'm actually flattered, buddy. I'm flattered that you actually spent my people, my own family doesn't spend that kind of time on me. You must really truly love me, so I appreciate that. Matt Productions, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, thank you. Of course, I'm gonna say she's beautiful. And like I said, she is beautiful, but she also a handful too, bro. I mean, I love my daughter, but she's a handful. I can guarantee. They should pick up a better backup quarter. I can't argue with that one. It's not broke Dak Mountain. It's not a lottery. Okay, it's a thank you. It's a thank you to the fans out there. Okay, I am truly blessed to. Let me say this before this. Originally, the reason I started doing YouTube was I was blessed because my wife's job was working with the NFL. I got to volunteer and do stuff between United Way and the NFL and stuff. For example, in 2008, after New Orleans won the Super Bowl, the NFL did the kickoff in New Orleans, and we were down there actually rebuilding homes, which was incredible because here it is. I'm teaching Roger Goodell how to hang drywall. It's 95 freaking degrees in there. It's humid as hell, and we're actually putting together a house where the guy has been out of for 3 years, and it was an incredible experience for me. And I said to myself, these experiences that I had, I wanted to share. So that's actually how this originally started, and then eventually Jobu got in the picture. That's a whole nother story. But it was me trying to share my experiences with others because I would go through. We did a road trip in 2013 where we did a photo shoot with every NFL team, and I drove over 13,000 miles across the country. So I was in Oxnard with Tyron Smith. We were in Arizona with Calais Campbell. It was crazy, and it was an incredible experience, and I wanted to bring people along for the ride, and that's what I've always tried to do, is share my experiences. So I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hey, let me get some autographed shirts, and I will give them away to people who have helped the channel to grow and so forth. And so that's what I always try and do. So when the football season comes here, and the amazing thing is this, Joseph Heatherly, who, he lives out west, who played Wyatt Earp at Tombstone. Yeah. Him and I became friends here on YouTube because he was going through a whole bunch of stuff, and he found one of my videos, and he said it changed his life. I still don't want to take credit for it, but him and I have become great friends to the fact where he even came to my house, and he spent a night here. He had a night here, and this fall, he'll be doing the same thing. We have become friends. I look at David Wiley, who was over here this weekend in the draft. I look at DMV. I look at Law Nation. It's amazing that all of the people that are actually close to me now are people that have been brought together because of YouTube. And doing this, that I have are now lifelong friends and fans. And I want to continue that process and involve people more and more. So when we do a tailgate like we did at FedEx Field for 400 people, 15 pork shoulders, 140 pounds of chicken wings, 40 pounds of black and blue sliders. We had 25 pounds of shrimp bang bang sliders we made. And I'm just sitting there freaking cooking. Didn't charge people. People donated money to help out for it. But just doing that kind of stuff is spreading the mojo is what this channel is really about. I mean, seriously, that's what this channel is about. And, some people, of course, will take it and, they'll hate you for this, that, and the other. It's like, but I can't help you. I can't help you. So we'll see what happens on that. Brokeback Mountain, come on. I mean, Brokeback Mountain, I got no problem with you and stuff. We just disagree on what to do with the quarterback. And let's be honest here. The Cowboys have sucked for 26 years. And any ideas need to be given out there on how to fix this thing. Because I'm sick and tired of waiting for the Cowboys to get a Super Bowl. I want one just like the rest of you right now. So, with that being said, we'll see you in about 4 hours at our live stream. I appreciate that, and hope you guys are having a great Monday. And, I need to set up the exit, don't I? It's time to, we'll do it live.
For us today, and we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting.